Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Let's dig in. Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
We all like convenience, don't we? Walking is too slow, so we take a car. No time to drive? Take a plane. No time to cook? Stop by any restaurant and get whatever you want. An in-person meeting takes too long? No worries, you can Zoom it. If you think about it, our lives are made up of conveniences and shortcuts. Not that this is all bad, but it's not all good either. For example, during COVID, churches had to stop meeting in person and went fully online. But now that it's safer for most of us to go back in person, many have chosen to stay home and worship online. It's more convenient. And it's great for people like my parents who have health problems that keep them from going to church much of the time, or people who are traveling and still want to be involved. But it's not good for people who are capable of going, but think they can worship just as well at home. They can't. And that is convenience taken too far. That's what happened in Jesus' day too. Convenience taken too far. And this made Jesus mad. It started innocently enough. Jews from all over Israel, and even from faraway places like Ephesus or even Rome, traveled to Jerusalem for the Passover. It was one of the 3 required feasts for Jewish males. They were supposed to bring a sacrifice of an unblemished lamb. Can you imagine sticking a lamb in your car and traveling several hours? Just wouldn't work out, would it? Or packing a lamb in your airplane carry-on bag? No. Well, it was even more inconvenient to bring one from far away when people's mode of travel was walking or riding a donkey. So the temple people started providing lambs to buy. In Deuteronomy, God provided for this, for any sacrifice that people needed to bring. He said if the journey is too long, they should sell their lamb at home and bring the money, which was much more portable, and buy what they needed, in this case, a lamb, when they got to Jerusalem. So it was a needed service that they provided at the temple, especially during Passover. But it had gotten out of hand. It had become part of the economy. This buying and selling had completely taken over the court of the Gentiles. Can you imagine walking in your beautiful church sanctuary ready to worship God and finding it filled with greedy people, smelling of excrement, and noisy with the bleating of sheep? You couldn't worship there. According to the historian Josephus, during Passover, 265,000 lambs were killed. Yes, the temple was huge and beautiful, but not at Passover, and not a place that someone could worship God. But as Jesus said, this was God's house. He didn't mean for all this buying and selling to be going on. That belonged elsewhere. No wonder Jesus got angry. The Lord is also concerned about the state of our hearts, which is God's home. If we have too much busyness going on, how can we worship Him? If we go into our quiet time and worries and concerns and the busyness of life distracts us and keeps us from worshiping Him, we need to reevaluate, cleanse, declutter, get rid of things that get between us and Him. We also need to be sure that sin isn't interfering with our relationship with the Lord through confession. 1 John 1:9 reminds us that if we confess our sins, He is faithful and just to forgive us our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. What do you need to do to cleanse your temple, to make room for worshiping God today?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes at our website, which you can find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.